Hello, I'm Dr. David House, the Director of Online and Extended Learning at Husson University. I'm also the instructor for this course. My background is that I have a PhD in policy history from Bowling Green State University in Ohio. I also have a master's degree in American Cultural Studies, as well as a Bachelor of Arts in American Studies from Penn State University, where I was also a graduate of the University Scholars Program, which is now known as the Schreyer Honors College. My master's degree, by the way, was also earned at Bowling Green State University in Ohio. After getting my PhD and becoming an assistant professor of history, I also served in the capacity later on at Bluefield State College in West Virginia as the assistant dean of assessment and distance learning. I served as the chair of the faculty senate and then as dean of arts and sciences there. I came to Husson about 8 years ago looking for a place that had more opportunities for my family, and found it in Bangor, Maine, and at Husson University. Some of you may be wondering why a historian is teaching a course in the College of Business. Well, first of all, the data tools that we'll work with are things that are commonly used these days by historians as we parse through large amounts of data. Additionally, I've also served in a managerial capacity for effectively the last 12 years, albeit a nonprofit capacity. It's nonprofit organizations I've managed, but I've had to manage these organizations as well as crunch large sums of data and create a number of visualizations for the organization, whether it be Husson University or in my previous capacity at Bluefield State College in West Virginia. I have a great deal of experience in both management as well as in working with data visualization. And in this course specifically, we will address Tableau, which is a great tool for visualizing data. And you'll see the wide number of applications open to Tableau, whether you're in a for-profit industry, a nonprofit industry, whether you're working as a political scientist analyzing voter and voting counts, or a historian looking at large sums of historical data and movement. I first caught on to this area a little later in my graduate experience, as some of these tools were becoming more and more available, and I especially caught the bug, so to speak, when I had the opportunity to work with Dr. Richard White at Stanford University in the summer of 2013. There, he had completed his work on his book Railroaded, which was nominated for the Pulitzer Prize, and used a number of data visualization tools and GIS tools to examine the growth and expansion of the Transcontinental Railroad, its finances, and tracing how the money came back, as well as investors' money, and actually just how overbuilt the Transcontinental Railroad was, and just how corrupt the whole process was. But in that period, I got a chance to see some of the tools available at CESTA at Stanford, which is the Center for Spatial and Temporal Analysis, and it was just amazing the kinds of things you could do. So a number of the techniques we now use to study business and trends in businesses we'll also find in healthcare, in the healthcare industry, in public health. Clearly, if you've seen the visualizations surrounding the COVID crisis, you will have seen that these visualizations are basically using the same tools that we're using to project COVID's growth and impact across the world. In this course, we won't necessarily get that advanced. You'll need some more time on task, but don't be discouraged. You're going to learn these techniques And through practice and continued use, I am assured, very sure, that you will get quite familiar with Tableau and become a Tableau super user. So please take a moment, take a look around the course. In case you need anything, this is our home page. One of the things you can do is if you navigate to the start here, which is where you found this video, it'll explain a few of the key techniques of things of the course. Our video is here. Please make sure you read the syllabus. You'll find all of our course navigation materials in modules. And if you follow along in modules, this course will follow along pretty easily. You'll also see the introduction discussion board link. Our required textbooks, notice that our required textbook is a free download as a PDF, and you'll also be required to download and install Tableau on your computer. But know that Tableau is a free software. There's a free educational license that you have, and you are licensed for up to a year. So the nice part about using some of these kinds of techniques or tools is that, well, quite frankly, you didn't have to spend any extra money on books or software. You'll notice in the left panel, if you're new to Canvas or having any questions, you can click on here to learn about the basics of Canvas navigation. Here to learn about student protections and policies. Here is our way to access the Center for Student Success, as well as our graduate academic policies. Our syllabus is located here, and we'll explain some of the key outcomes and materials in the course, as well as our general organizational structure. And if you keep scrolling down, you'll see our due dates. And here's our modules. Start with the introduction, explaining our course outcomes and how they're going to be assessed, and moving on through. Make sure you read the entirety of these pages and realize that there are tabs and accordions to try to break up the text. So be sure that you click on all of the right material. You'll notice that our assessments or our assignments are here, and you get to practice with the data sets that we work with. And as we go through, especially as we start working with some more complex types of data, I will include the data sets that I'm using in our examples, so you can join along and work with the videos that are there. And then you'll get to practice them with a different data set in the assignments. If you have questions, feel free to ask me via the Canvas messaging system or sending me an email to my Husson email. I will also have a discussion board open that's called Virtual Office Hours. If you have a question that's not of a private variety, like what's my grade or anything like that, and it's okay for everyone to see, that's a place where you can ask that question. So please take a look around, start reading your textbook, and start practicing the exercises. You'll notice that the due dates are set so that I'm asking you to review and go through the content on a day-by-day basis, but I've set due dates for Saturdays. And then your exam will be on a Sunday or a Monday. I'm trying to pace that out, but please know the best way to be successful in this course is to work a little bit every day. But I recognize that some people may not be able to do that every day. So I want to leave some time for everyone to work on them at the weekend. Additionally, one of the other things you'll find is that at the start of every section, you'll see an estimated time to complete. So will every student spend this much time on these categories? No, some may spend more, some may spend less, but I wanted to give you a rough estimate. There's no shortcut to learning some of this stuff, and I'm trying to make it as easy as possible, but do know that one of the key things that will make you a true Tableau super user is practice. And the more practice you're able to put in, I think the more you'll get out of it. But in any case, please take a look at the materials, start reading, and I'll see you in the exercises.